Hello, my name is Miriam and welcome to my channel. I am a medium to people, pets, and the paranormal. Every Monday we do our pick a card. Every Wednesday we talk to our power animals, and every Friday is our spirit guided message. We are also doing zodiac sign specific each week, and I've been throwing in some more specific readings. Like today, we're going to be looking at depression. Now, of course, please consult with a doctor or a therapist. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I think it makes all the difference in the world. It can change your life. But I'm also a huge advocate for meditation. Meditation will 100% change your life. Start simple, 1 minute a day, move your way up, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Doesn't matter how long it takes. You also get out of your mind the idea of I can't sit still, I can't calm my mind. That's why you meditate, okay? You don't know, you don't have to know how to sit still first before you meditate. Meditation teaches you that. Meditation teaches you how to calm, quiet the mind, okay? I'm saying all of this because meditation and therapy are huge aspects to healing depression, okay? And sometimes I want you to think about depression as something we manage, that it's not something you get rid of, but you learn how to manage it. And being able to manage it is beautiful. It doesn't have to be gone completely. I think because of the world we live in today, because the amount of violence, because of the deterioration of the planet, I think that it's understood that we will wake up many days depressed. I wake up depressed. I wake up anxious. I wake up with anxiety, which is why the first thing I do, I wake up, I get out of bed. Before I do anything, I walk into my meditation room, and that's the first thing I do, okay? Because when I am done with my meditation practice, my depression is gone, my anxiety is gone, all those things that just cause us to be so unhappy and cause us to go kind of so deep into that dark hole lift from meditation, okay? Now, it doesn't mean they don't come back, which is why a daily practice is imperative. Okay, so we're going to look at depression. You know, the question I'm posing is, why am I depressed? Okay, it's of course not something we can solve in a 10-minute video, and it's not something that can be solved off of one card. But I want to hopefully tap into something for you that triggers an idea, a memory, something, and that gets you on the path to healing, gets you on the path of therapy, of meditation, of yoga, mantras, chanting, that gets you on that path. That's what we're looking for, okay? As I always like to say, that my job is to help guide you towards your intuition. The more you utilize these pick a cards, the more you're working that muscle, that intuition muscle we all have. Anyone can do the work that I do. It's just a matter of working that muscle. And then your job is to find your own daily meditation practice that can include yoga, mantra, chanting, all those things. You'll hear me say it all the time. Because your daily meditation practice is where your life is going to change, and that's where you're going to open up your intuition and realize that you're more powerful than you ever imagined, okay? That comes from meditation. All right, here we go. Card 1, card 2, card 3, card 1, card 2, card 3. All right, let's start. Card 1. Card 2 there, card 3. Trust. Not trusting yourself, not trusting others. Now, you might be telling me, well, I have good reason to not trust because I've been burned. I've been burned over and over and over. Why do you continue to draw to you people that burn you? That's the question. That's where therapy comes in. That's where meditation comes in. Why are you bringing to you people that burn you? Because every time you get burned, you trust yourself a little bit less, right? So this is about you trusting you to draw to you people that you can trust. Then you will start to trust yourself. Now, keep in mind, human beings do things, a lot of times they do things not to hurt you, but because it's what they need, okay? And we perceive that then as someone hurting us or burning us, and they're just trying to survive the same way we are. But this is why meditation is so important, because people are reacting. They're reacting off of emotion. They're reacting off of their past or off of what someone did to them, instead of making conscious choices. And so I'm going to redirect that back at you. Are you making conscious decisions before you react? Are you making conscious choices to be friends or partnered up or work with a certain type of person? This all falls back on trusting you. You don't trust you. You don't trust your choices. You don't believe in you. You haven't earned your own trust, okay? So how do you do that? You go back in the woods, back to your childhood, figure out where you lost that trust. And then you find that meditation practice and you figure out why you don't believe in you. Why don't you believe in you enough to choose people, to choose jobs, to make decisions that you believe in? And here's the thing, once you believe in you, you will make decisions that will be posed as quote unquote wrong, but it doesn't matter because you believe in you and you know that that choice needed to be made for whatever reason you needed to make that choice at that time. There are no wrong decisions, okay? What I like to say is there are unconscious decisions, unconscious choices, meaning we are making a choice unconsciously. We are just reacting. We are not becoming aware of the entire picture. We aren't seeing our past, present, future in that moment to make a better conscious choice. Whether it's choosing to be in partnership with someone professionally, emotionally, whatever this means. So I want you to start thinking about making conscious decisions. Conscious decisions mean we combine our head, our heart, and our gut. Our logic, our heart as emotion, and our gut is our intuition. And so when we combine the three of those, we're now making conscious choices. And now we can consciously start to trust ourselves. We trust that the decision we're making at that time is right. Even if it doesn't end up being what we thought it would be, it doesn't matter. You trust that you are supposed to go through that. You trust yourself. You know that you are making conscious decisions now. And that each time you make this conscious choice, you're going to get closer and closer to a life that is filled with honorable people, with an honorable self, and a joy and a peace that follows. Card 2. All right, so card 2, you are a much more intuitive person. You live a little bit more in the ethereal. You use your gut, your emotion, your intuition more than the average person. But you're surrounded by logical people. You're surrounded by right, wrong, yes, no, good, bad. And you like to move from your gut. You like to move from a more intuitive place. This is causing you friction. It's causing you depression. It's causing you frustration because you aren't relating to them and they're not relating to you, or you're not relating to the world and the world isn't relating to you. Here's the thing, we are spirit first. We are all intuitive beings first, so you don't lose that. What you need to do is find balance with that. You need to find balance with your head brain and your gut brain and your heart brain so that you can communicate with people that are very much in their head. You can communicate with people that are very much right, wrong, good, bad, yes, no. You can learn how to have successful partnerships with these people because that is what the bulk of the world is. So you need to grow your intuition, but you also have to balance your logical and your human side. Kundalini Yoga is the most powerful tool to do that. You know, for me, I grew up very intuitive, obviously, and sometimes I use that as a crutch, as an excuse. And it's not. It's my job to make sure that I am balanced with my head brain, balanced with my gut brain, balanced with my heart brain. It's my job to make sure I'm understanding people of logic. It's my job to make sure that I can balance that in my life. And I do that through Kundalini Yoga, a morning daily practice. It allows me to see all sides. It allows me to see past, present, future in front of me. And it allows me to balance myself so that when others come close, they don't take from me, or they don't cause me to become very frustrated. I learn how to understand them. So your depression is stemming from this desire to work from a very intuitive place on a regular basis, but that isn't being supported. That isn't being supportive. That's the word. So know that that may never be supported, right? Do you think that me being psychic was ever really supported? I mean, the pushback is constant, right? But for you, it's the same. You're just as intuitive. And so the pushback will always be there. It's not about that. It's about you. There is a way for you to balance your intuition and balance the logic so that you can get things done, so that you can be more successful, so that you can be more productive. You know the saying, get your head out of the clouds. We're in body, so we have to be in action, right? So we meditate, we allow ourselves to connect with spirit, and then we put action behind that. Action is human action, logic, right? So that's going to help move you, hopefully move you in the right direction of saying, okay, I'm an intuitive person first. I am emotional first. That's the other thing. Kundalini yoga will really help you with balancing your emotions so you're not reacting. But you know you're emotional first, you know you're intuitive first, so then we need to balance our logic. We need to get grounded. We need to use our head brain a little bit more so that the head brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain can balance better. And you can relate to people who are yes, no, good, bad, right, wrong. There's no gray area. You can relate to them because you have found balance within yourself. That's where this depression is stemming from, is this desire and need to use this intuition, but feeling like it gets blocked or it gets stopped or it's of no use. And it is of great use. It's just a matter of balancing that. Part 3, your depression comes from a really big loss, or a really big break or loss. You had a really big loss. That loss can come in many forms. It can be a death, it can be a job, it could be something traumatic that happened to you. Your depression is coming from the pain that came from that loss and the need to work through that pain, and to understand that when we lose like this, or we have something traumatic like this happen to us, let's get our mindset out of fixing, healing, moving on, and let's get our mindset back to learning to live with it, learning to manage it, learning to accept it, learning to acknowledge it when it comes up, but knowing it doesn't control you anymore. This is where a lot of your depression is coming from, is this loss, is this pain, this moment that was so traumatic that it's still with you. It's still with you. And again, you know, therapy and meditation is imperative, but more so they're saying the language for you is learning how to manage it, not feeling like you need to clear it, be done with it, move on from it. No, just manage it rather than having it manage you. Okay. Now it's important to understand, if you're going through grief right now, grief, loss of a loved one, you have to allow that grief to be there. That's really important. Okay. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, the grief is taking control over me. Yes, allow the grief to envelop you so that you can be in it and you can feel it and live it, and then you'll release it. Okay. Don't be afraid to get help. What you're experiencing is big, and you deserve help, and you shouldn't feel like you should go at this alone. This is something that you shouldn't be expected to just fix or heal from or get over. This is something that needs time and patience and support and love. And that I say for yourself. I'm saying support yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. Don't ask yourself and expect yourself to get over it. Allow yourself to be in this grief, okay? Allow yourself to feel everything that comes up. Nothing coming up is wrong, okay? This is not a time right now today for you to be moving on. This is not a time for you to be putting this behind you and getting on with your life. This moment for you is about grieving, and it's about allowing yourself to feel it. I understand how painful it is to allow yourself to feel grief, trauma, but it is so important because the next day it will move you just a little bit farther away from it. It'll teach you and show you how to manage it when you're in it. But when we're busy repressing it, when we're busy just getting on with our lives and getting over it, we're repressing it. And now you have this push-pull because you have this emotion that wants to be felt, but yet your head is saying, get over it, push through it. It's been a year or however long it's been. I should be better by now. No. Get out of your head. Allow yourself to feel. Take the time you need. For some of you, this did happen a year ago and you're feeling like I should be over it. No, you shouldn't be over this. This is still a work in progress for you. Be patient with yourself so that you can be patient with others. Love yourself. As cheesy as that sounds to you right now, you aren't loving yourself. And what does that mean? Loving yourself doesn't mean hiding away and repressing. Loving yourself means allowing yourself to cry, taking time off work if you need it. And loving yourself doesn't mean buying yourself things or eating foods that are unhealthy because that just makes you feel worse. Loving yourself means taking care of yourself. Meditation, yoga, walking, exercise, therapy, just sitting with someone and talking. All of those things and allowing yourself to feel all of those things are what will move you to a place of healing. And I can tell you that this card came up, 10 of Cups, which means, yes, you have joy coming. You have happiness coming. Around April, for those of you that are doing this reading in real time, around April, you're going to have something joyous happen. That's going to be a breath of fresh air for you. For those of you that are reading this, doing this reading not in real time, 3 months from today, from when you experience this reading, you're going to have something that just warms your heart and pulls you out of this in a way that you didn't think could happen.